Hi, it's me again, Aspie Artist and all that stuff. You're probably getting sick of that already and there's only been a couple of videos. However, my next one is going to be on the exciting task I have of cleaning my glass. As you can see, it's pretty filthy after all the grinding. I need to make the trigger warning, or the possible trigger warning, before I start, just for all those out there who also have a sensory processing disorder. As you can possibly hear, I listen to music while I work. There's a song in that, but not one I like. Well, several points. My music taste is appalling. I've often been told that, and quite frankly, I don't care. It helps me work. But it does mean that if you have a problem with focus whilst there is music on in the background, I actually do have that problem, but as it's me working, it's not going to affect my focus. Although I am thinking about it right now because A, I'm talking about it, and B, I'd like to say A and B a lot, and B, well, I can't focus because there's music on in the background. So yeah, focus. Go on, Claire, focus. Say what you want people to do. And also that there may well be a change in volume because I use Spotify and I'm not going to pay for the paid version, although maybe I should, because as part of this is using techniques to manage my sensory difficulties, that would be a good technique to manage it. However, I'm not going to pay right now. Unless more of you buy my art, of course, and then I will. But there may be adverts, and Spotify have this wonderful habit of turning up the volume on adverts, which is really irritating, and I'm sure it's irritating for everybody, but for somebody who is noise sensitive and has the volume adjusted to their taste, it's beyond painful. But anyway, I'm rapidly digressing, which I'm sure you'll learn. As you can see, I'm getting more and more confident doing this process, which is great for you guys. As you'll learn, I've got a wonderful habit of digressing about what I really wanted to say. Oh yeah, the other thing was, even before I get to, maybe I should start cleaning glass while I'm talking to you, because otherwise I'm not going to get anything done, and kind of the point of the video was cleaning glass. At the same time, although that makes, yes, another nice sensory thing, a squeaky noise, which I kind of don't notice, which is odd because I don't like squeaky noises generally, but for some reason it doesn't actually bother me, which is strange. I suppose that's the other point about sensory differences, is the fact that actually sometimes you kind of don't have them over things that you would assume you might. Incredible, really. Anyway, yeah, so I was going to say I wanted to talk about the point of these videos as well. As you know, it's to educate people about my autism. I can't speak for autistics as a whole because we are so different, as I keep banging on about, and it's really important to understand that. So I want to educate about my autism, my sensory issues, but with a view of giving you ideas of how you can help people that you know that might also have them. So that's for people watching who might work with somebody or live with somebody, etc., with autism or a sensory issue. If you're watching and you're also autistic, then welcome. Hi, let's all do a happy flap together. Then that's great, because I also really want to show that it's okay to be us. I'm absolutely sick to death. I lived for 42 years not being me, and I had several breakdowns, a really nasty experience, and I don't want to ever go through that again. Now, if you don't like the way I am, I don't care anymore, because my health and my happiness is more important. Sorry, I don't set out to offend deliberately. I know I do, but I generally want people to be happy and to be happy around me. So if you're not, and if you're not enjoying watching this, turn it off. It's really simple. I'm not going to be offended. So yeah, be you. Enjoy being you. It's horrible trying to pretend to be something you are not. I went into my local beauty parlour. I think they're called beauty parlours. I'm not sure, as you can tell by my stunning makeup and hair. It's not somewhere I really visit particularly often. But anyway, because last night I'd had quite a big meltdown over the lights in the hallway. I would show you, but quite frankly, I don't want another meltdown. Anyway, they're very bright. They make me puke or want to puke. So I'd had some deep pressure after that, because that really helps me calm down. But I wanted to pop into this beauty parlour place to see if they did deep pressure massages, because I thought having one of those, every so often when I can afford it, would really help and be a really lovely, calming, sensory treat. Anyway, the woman in there, she was amazing. She asked me for my telephone number, and I said, that's not my preferred communication preference, actually. I like to communicate via email. And instead of giving me the look, she said, okay, that's fine. I had also explained that I'm autistic, because I kind of like banging on about it now, just so that, people get the idea that there are autistic people living and breathing amongst you. So anyway, yeah, she was great, which was wonderful. And she also actually asked me if there was, I didn't have the massage this morning, by the way, but she also asked me if there was any other sensory issues, or well, she didn't put it like that, but anything else that I wanted noting down, probably so she could write down somewhere, oh my goodness, what a weirdo's just come in. But she pretended, or at least she seemed to be pretty nice about it. Anyway, I'm totally going off on a what's it. I've just noticed there's 7 minutes at the moment, which. And breathe, Claire, breathe. So what I wanted to show you today was one of my work processes. I go to a stained glass shop called Opus Glass. It's 3 miles away from my village, so it's not too much of an arduous trek for me. And they are great in there. Totally used to me by now. And one of the women, or the woman in there, because it's a pretty male-dominated thing making big stained glass pieces, or at least in this workshop it is. Anyway, she commented to me that I was probably one of the fastest people she'd ever met at getting pieces done. Now, this is not because I am some sort of stained glass savant. As my sister said, that would be great because you could make millions. Sadly, no, savantism bypassed me. However, I did, whilst I was teaching, learn about something called Teach, which is one of the many millions and millions and millions of methods promoted to help children with autism. I do not endorse any method. I think if you want to, then pick and choose what works and what doesn't, and what works for the individual, okay? And that's really important. However, I found using the Teach method on myself for this or these particular tasks really helped. So I'm going to move the camera because you can't actually see really. On I call it my workstation, which I'm sure if you know, a different artist would call it something really technical, but this is my workstation. Here is my inbox, and you can't see because I've just got loads of muck all over the screen, so sorry about that. In the inbox are my dirty, mucky pieces of glass, which I take and put on my cleaning area. It's really whizzy, a bit of newspaper. As you can see, I'm wearing sexy rubber gloves. Now that's because I can't bear the feel of cleaning the glass, so nice little workaround there. And when I've cleaned the glass, it goes into my finished box. So I'm working from left to right, and then when all my completely clean pieces of glass are in my finished box, I can move my finished box back to the left, and then they'll be ready for drying. Repeat the process, box back to the left, excuse me, and then I can copper foil. So for each stage of the repetitive tasks involved in my glass making, I use this method, and I truly believe that it actually helps how fast I can work because it's so organised. I'm just going to pop the camera back because it kind of feels weird talking to a box of glass. Do excuse me, I know the movement is absolutely revolting. So that was the first thing I wanted to show you. Oh, and actually I covered the second thing because it was the rather glorious gloves. So again, just things to remember in a school, in a home, in a work environment, because after all, there are tons of us out there who would love to be able to work. Yes, home working suits me, and you know, I'm sure if a lot of people would love to be able to work at home. But there are loads of people either who would love to get back into work, or stay in work, and all it takes is a few adaptations. But the only way that will happen is if people believe us. Okay, I'm not making it up when I say I can't stand something. I'm not doing it to be difficult. I am a difficult cow, but I wouldn't do it in this instance. Okay, so believe us, talk to us, and respect us, because after all, we listen, talk, or use our preferred communication method, and respect that everybody else has different beliefs and senses or sensory experiences. Thank you for listening. I'm really sorry it did go into a bit of a mega rant. Perhaps some of you are still awake. If not, see you next time. Don't forget www.clairehillglassart.co.uk for more information, or if you want me to get that Spotify paid, buy a bit of glass. Cheers.